Hello everyone, my name is Deep, and I'm here to guide you on scoring an A+ in MH1810, which is Mathematics 1. So during year 1, I scored an A+ for this subject, and how did I score it? I finished up my tutorials in time, and I always do all the past year questions if possible. So let's start. The first part of Mathematics 1 is complex numbers. Under complex numbers, we'll talk about the concepts of complex numbers, how you can represent complex numbers in 3 different forms, and how do you represent the conjugate of complex numbers. Next, we'll talk more in depth about the multiplication and division of complex numbers, and we'll mention the most important theorem in complex numbers, which is De Moivre's theorem. And by using De Moivre's theorem, we are able to find the roots of a polynomial. Next, we'll talk about how to use complex numbers to solve trigo identities. So, under complex numbers is not quite hard. Once you finish these chapters, it will be very easy for you to understand it. So, let's start. Have you ever wondered if square root of -9 or square root of -64 even exist? Yes, they do, and we represent them in imaginary number I, which equals to square root of -1. So square root of -9 equals to square root of 9 times square root of -1. So you get 3i. Square root of -64 equals to square root of 64 times square root of -1 equals to 8i. Now let's look at I squared. So I squared equals to -1 as we just remove the square root. How about I3? I3 equals to -i because I3 equals to I squared times I, which equals to -1 times I. So it equals to -i. How about I4? Now I4 equals to I squared times I squared. So equals to -1 times -1. So you get 1. How about I5? So I5 equals to I4 times I. So you get I. I6 equals to I4 times I squared and equals to -1. So immediately you know I7 equals to -i and I8 equals to 1. So what can we conclude from here? If today I have an imaginary number I alpha and I take alpha divided by 4, if the remainder equals to 1, then it will fall into the first category, which I alpha will equals to I. If the remainder equals to 2, then it will fall into the second category, so I alpha equals to -1. If R equals to 3, then I alpha equals to -i. If remainder is 0, then I alpha equals to 1. So let us show some examples. If today alpha equals to 1, 2, 3, so what is the value of I alpha? So I take alpha divided by 4 and I found that remainder equals to 3. So I1, 2, 3 equals to -i as it falls into the third category. If alpha equals to 65 and I take 65 divided by 4, so my remainder equals to 1. So I65 equals to falls into the first category, so I65 equals to I. If alpha equals to 1, 2, 4 and I take 1, 2, 4 divided by 4, so my remainder equals to 0. So I1, 2, 4 equals to 1. If alpha equals to 1, 4, 2, so you take 1, 4, 2 divided by 4 and you get the remainder as 2. So I142 equals to -1. So take note of this remainder and which category it falls. So this is imaginary number.